Lost in space. Get lost. What? That's the tagline. Get lost. That is the tagline, sorry. Let's get into it. Lost in Space is from 1998. It lasts for 2 hours, 1 minute. It stars William Hurt. It stars Gary Oldman. It stars Matt LeBlanc. It stars Heather Graham. And a lot of CGI. Yes, it does. The movie opens in the midst of a space battle. Major Don West, Julie from Friends, Matt LeBlanc, he is helping a buddy out in this battle, saves the day, boom, he's a war hero. Yeah, and then they cut to the family Robinson, right, the Swiss, no, they're not Swiss, no they're not, but that's what the original series was kind of based off of, the Swiss Family Robinson stories. So we're on Earth, it's the future, everything's sci-fi and crazy.
Futuristic.
And weird and CGI. There's a kid, young Will, and he is hiding in the closet of his parents' home, and he's watching his nun have a conversation with a hologram lady, and he messes it out of the program, so the hologram lady has hilarious doddies like a Nusselman doddy, or like a big gorilla, and things like this. It's very funny. Meanwhile, the father, Professor Will Sr., is holding a press conference saying, we're going to go in search of another planet to colonise for the future of mankind. I'm going on this mission. I'll need a pilot, maybe another scientist, and also my entire family.
Are you nuts?
So the family Robinson are reluctant to go into this mission and giving up their entire lives on Earth. But they say, okay, they need to recruit a great pilot though. They are advised to take Major Don West. Oh, the dreamy hero. The family are, who are they? The Robinsons. Yeah, who are they? Oh well, Professor Will, he's the dad, and he's like a genius. His little boy, Will Jr., is a little boy. Also a genius, it turns out, in some ways, yeah. Just keep watching. There's the mum, whose name I didn't get. A teenage daughter, whose name I didn't get. Penny, oh that Penny, that's right. Penny's a teenage daughter, and then there's another daughter who's maybe early 20s. Yeah, Judy. But she's also a genius. Yeah, luckily. So Major Don West accepts the command to go and pilot this family into space to a brave new world, I guess. Yeah, and he instantly hits on the 19-year-old Judy in front of their entire family. Dad's sign of this seems to be. Anyway, they all go into a suspended animation. Yeah, that we see this guy, Dr. Smith. Right, he's a bit of a dodgy character. He's having a dodgy meeting with someone, and he's like, I should be going on this mission. So he sneaks aboard. He's messing around on board while the launch is taking place and while the family are in suspended animation. And he meets a robot. They've got a big robot on them. For some reason it goes haywire. I think he messes it up. I think he does.
Oh, that fool.
He does something to his program by mistake. It messes up and it starts trying to destroy everything. It's just rolling about the ship saying, destroy, destroy. It starts trying to destroy the family and their pod. And it tries to destroy, manages to destroy the navigation system and things like that. We're off to a good start.
It's going well.
So the spacecraft has taken off, but the family are released from their suspended animation pods far too early. Yeah, with no navigation system. Good luck. The robot's still trying to kill them.
Destroy all systems. Destroy all operating systems. Destroy Jupiter 2.
Luckily, Will Jr., he manages to reprogram it somehow very, very easily. Very quickly, Will Sr. and Don West realise that the ship has been pulled into the sun. And they're right in the surface of the sun, basically. And they're not blind. They aren't burning alive like they should be. They're just squinting a little bit. They're squinting a little bit. But then Don West manages to navigate them. He gets the force field up and running, and he manages to navigate them. Yeah, not away from the sun, not around the sun. He navigates them right through the sun. And while they're travelling through the sun, we see a couple of points of action on the ship where Professor Will is jumping to reach his son. I don't know why any of this is happening, but it's like Matrix rip-off, camera spinning round, trying to look cool in 3D. It looks like a PlayStation 2 game. It's really bad. It's not good. I think even back then it wouldn't have looked good. Definitely not. Yeah. So the crew are sailing through space and they realise we are lost in space. That's the title of the movie. But very quickly they come upon a space station. It's NASA. It's absolutely huge, right? And they doored it. And knows they don't stay on board. That the robot, Dr. Smith, Professor Will, and Don West go exploring on the ship. Yeah, they're going around, they're trying to sneak, but obviously the robot's clumping around, banging around.
Oh, it's banging about now, isn't it?
So they don't find much on the ship. They see a video of, I think, the spacecraft's being abandoned by Don West's old crewmates. They go to this part of the ship where it's like, it must be the botany wing or something. Yeah, it's like a big rainforest on board. Very nice. And they go in and instantly meet a little monkey. Well, I say a monkey, it's like a little CGI thing. This is Blarp. And Blarp is this strange little monkey thing. No terrible CGI. I mean, really, really bad. It's not great. It's not even good. So Blarp jumps into their arms. It's obviously scared of something. It was hiding, and as soon as they meet Blarp, they instantly leave this part of the ship. Yeah, I don't know how they even came in there.
It's pointless.
It was very pointless. But they're walking along the corridors, and all of a sudden they meet these spider crab creature things. Horrible little alien spider things, and they start chasing them, and then the crew just starts shooting them. That there's so many of them, the crew managed to run away through to another part of the ship. That the robot stays and fights because from the main ship, young Will is controlling the robot like a video game, and he's blasting all these little alien creatures. So this sequence goes on for a long while, but they make it back onto the ship, they escape. Yeah, and they blow up the entire space station. The whole thing. There's no way they checked if anyone is still on board, or any more little monkey things. They just locked it. R.I.P. to anyone else. Two little spider things. During that alone, Joey, Don West, yeah, he becomes Robocop for a little bit. Oh yeah, he does. He gets this crazy visor helmet thing to come down over his head and he starts blasting things. Never happens again in the movie. Yeah, it could have come in handy later on in the movie. Oh well. So from the blast of the space station being destroyed, they thought, well yeah, they did it, but the blast sends the ship flying and they crash land on another nearby planet. Yeah, an ice planet. How original. Well, they crash land there. They find out the ship's needing repaired before they can head off again. Yeah, so they stay on board the ship talking for a big portion of the movie. It surprised me how long they stayed on board, to be honest, but they do go outside eventually. Well, some of them do. Yeah. The mum in this movie does nothing. So Don West and Will Sr. go out exploring. Yeah, and then Smith has a little private chat with Will Jr. for some reason. Dodgy. And they decide to go out exploring as well. Yeah. Don West and Will Sr. meet someone on this planet. Yeah. And it turns out to be Will Jr. all grown up with an odd little beard and stuff. He's like a weirdo. He's not like a weirdo. It's Will Jr. in the future, and he is trying to build a time machine. He's almost got it completed because he says the whole family died. He wants to go back and save them and, you know, reunite with them on Earth and tell them not to even go on this mission because he's seen what's going to happen. Yeah, that he's crazy. Well, I don't know if he's crazy. He doesn't have much time for his dad. He doesn't even seem that shocked to see him, to be honest. When his dad walks in, at the age he saw him when he was last alive, there's no shock. And he says, right, get out of here because I need to build this time machine. And his dad warns him, well, if you do this, you might accidentally blow up the whole of Earth. And he's like, well, that's a risk I'm willing to take. And then Dr. Smith and Will Jr., still a kid, they come in. And Dr. Smith says, stop, don't do anything or I'll shoot the boy. Yeah, he's going to shoot Will Jr. to stop future Will Jr. blowing up the Earth. Yeah, Smith's the bad guy. I don't get it. And then all of a sudden, this creature appears. It's Doctor Doom. It does look like Doctor Doom, but this Doctor Doom creature appears and says, I'm Will's father now. He and I have built this time machine together. Hello, just a quick insert to say, my apologies, Ned and I both missed the fact that this creature, this Doctor Doom-like creature, is actually Smith in the future. He was bitten by a radioactive spider or something, one of those spider creatures in an alternate timeline, and he becomes this Doctor Doom. So, apologies. Thank you, Wikipedia and the Lost in Space fan page. He picks up Smith and tosses him down a pit. And then he says, right, Rhoda, come here, Rhoda. The robot is still the same robot that we know, but it's now a robot from the future. Yeah. So, it's like, yeah, it's all these years ahead. And it comes along. Dr. Doom says, Rhoda, take these guys away and guard them. If they know, shoot them. So they're taken prisoner, basically. Don West, Will Jr. and Will Sr. Taken prisoner, robots stand their guard, but luckily the young lad's a genius. He doesn't have to be a genius for this because he just reasons with a robot and he says, remember, you and I are best friends. Remember, I helped repair you. Remember, you saved my life. Remember, I saved your life. Yeah, and the robot's like, oh yeah, okay, I'll let you go. So that's how they do. They go and they start to escape and they rescue Smith on the way out for some reason. At the same time, Judy has managed to get their own ship working, so she sends it up into space and she fires off a flare to let her dad know, we're up in space, we're safe, this is where we are, head towards this area and we'll pick you up. Yeah, sure, yeah. But what actually happens is crazy. Dr. Doom reappears and he's going to kill them all. Yeah, but then Theatre is like, wait, that's my father. I'll fight you. So he fights this Doctor Doom thing, but it takes off his cloak and it's like a big CGI scorpion-like skeleton metal body. It's rubbish. Doctor Doom robot thing picks up Will Jr. from the future, throws him into where the time portal will be once the time machine's fixed. There's just a big spinning circle which will destroy anything that touches it. Yeah, throws him in and then Will Sr. fights this thing and he throws it into the thing and he looks down the tit and it's destroyed in the portal, broken up into a million pieces. Yeah. Will Jr. is unconscious that he's alright, he hasn't reached the tit because his necklace that his father gave him years ago has caught on a corner or something and is holding on up by his neck. I don't know how it's not choking on or snapped his neck. I don't know how it can hold up a 180-pound man, but there you go. So he reaches down, picks up his future son, saves his life. Meanwhile, Don West, Dr. Smith and young Will get back to the ship and Don says, I'm sorry we lost your husband, I'm sorry we lost your father, he didn't make it. Yeah, and not one end of the family is that upset. They're like, okay, let's go. So they start to head off into space. Back on this crazy planet, future Will and Will Sr. watch the ship take off and Will Sr. says they can't go that way because of some reason, and he watches the ship explode. His entire family are blown to bits and again, he does not seem upset at all. He's just like, ah. It's a bit strange how these people react. You would think they'd be devastated that either the father/husband has been killed, or if you're the father/husband, if your entire family's been wiped out in front of your eyes, you'd think you'd react more than just, oh no. However, just then, the time machine completes itself. It is finished, it had been processing this whole time, and now it's ready to be used. Yeah, so future Will leads his father over to it and throws him through it. Yeah, he falls through the time portal and he lands on board with his family a few minutes ago. Yeah, and future Will is leaning down the hole and his dad's like, come with us, this is your dream, this is what you've worked your whole life for, you always wanted to come back. But future Will says, oh no, there's only time for one person to go through. And then he sits for about 5 minutes speaking, saying, it's good to see you, Mum, it's good to see you all again. take care, and the planet behind them starts exploding, and the portal closes up. He had loads of time to just jump through. What's going on? I don't know, but he's dead. Anyway, now that Will Senior's back on board, he can guide them the correct way to go without endangering their lives or endangering the ship. Not that he'd do that bothered. No, that's true. But they make off the planet just as the entire planet explodes. Goodbye, millions of life thorns. Dawn West and Judy make out in front of her entire family, who all just look on and smile. They fly a bit further into space, and suddenly there are meteors flying towards them. So they have to take action. Yet, don't worry, it's almost finished. Basically, Dawn West is like, let's go. The little boy says, cool, and they fly off into hyperspace.
Initiate now.
Cool.
The end. Absolute rubbish. This might have been better back in the day. Not the CGI, I think. I don't think it was good even back then. If you watch something like The Matrix or Terminator 2 from years before, or Titanic, or anything they use big CGI, I don't know why this looks so terrible. It really does look terrible as well. Terrible! Anyway, we'll see you next time. Hit like, hit subscribe, don't forget to watch another video. Get lost.